You're watching The Morning Score, your top-of-day fix for professional and for college sports and for gaming. We're shooting at the Rivalry Sports Bar in the heart of Miracle Mile District in Los Angeles, California. This is the only place in the entire city to come grab drinks and food. Actually, I came on Sunday to watch the All-Star game and had a nice bullet bourbon on the rocks.
Thank you.
Very nice.
And you, and you can have bullet bourbon on the rocks too if you come to the Rivalry Sports Bar and grill, and you can have food and you can have fun and you can watch televisions and you can have comfy seats and you can be like us because we're cool.
It's all on Erica. She'll buy you a drink.
Oh.
I will buy you one drink. You know what? We'll do that. You know what? You're right. Next episode we'll do a game, and whoever wins the game drinks on me.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
One drink on me. So now we're talking about how New York is or was the place to be last weekend. We had the All-Star game going on. We had the beginning of New York Fashion Week, and we also had Saturday Night Live 40th anniversary. I see Trevor getting upset because I forgot what the other event was. So this segment is versus head to head to head. All-Star game, Saturday Night Live 40th anniversary, and New York Fashion Week. Which event was the hottest ticket in town?
I'm going Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, I have to go Trevor on that one.
I mean, how you have the biggest names in comedy, in music, in entertainment. I mean,
In sports?
In sports. I mean, everybody was there. It was absolutely awesome. The show, I thought, fell a little bit flat.
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to get into that right away.
Okay.
I mean,
Go for it.
To me, love the opening. Timberlake, Fallon.
Oh, you can never go wrong with those
They
two.
crush
They're
it.
hilarious all the time.
My biggest disappointment, well, Celebrity Jeopardy, amazing as usual. Biggest disappointment though, all this hoopla, Eddie Murphy coming back, so cool to have him back, and then nothing. Like, I want to see like an awesome montage of Eddie Murphy. I want a good speech. Like, you have Chris Rock comes in, has this great speech. It was a little long and maybe drawn out and a little awkward toward the end. But then Eddie Murphy just like comes out and seems so uncomfortable. And maybe he was uncomfortable being back there after a 30-year hiatus, but I wanted more. I mean, Eddie Murphy was magic and still is. It's like, let's do something with it.
You know what I loved? Speaking of montages, I loved the audition piece.
Me
where
too.
they showed the old school auditions. You saw Jim Carrey. You even saw Zach Galifianakis. I don't know if you guys recognized him because he didn't even look like the Zach Galifianakis we knew. He's like actually pretty good looking. He didn't have any, like, he was
you
clean
didn't.
cut. No, he was. Yeah, he was. But I love that. And then, I love, JT and Jimmy Fallon. But I wasn't impressed with the Californians when Bradley Cooper and Betty White sucked face. Ew!
Yeah,
Ew.
yeah.
Oh, I love the
gross.
Californians.
I love the Californians too, but it was just it was awkward. I felt like it got weird at the end. I don't know. It was drawn out.
I felt that the Saturday Night Live 40th anniversary went way too long. I mean, the red carpet was, what, an hour and a half, and the show itself was 3.5 hours. I understand that it's sweeps and that they probably needed, for ratings for sweeps, needed to pack everything into one night. I'm assuming that. I'm just drawing that deduction based on what we know about television and how everything works with ratings. But it was too long. However, even though it was too long, SNL got a 4.2 Nielsen rating versus 5.5 Nielsen rating for the All-Star game.
They have 14.2.
14.2. And then All-Star game got a 5.5 Nielsen rating. I appreciate good comedy. I appreciate the history and the legend that is Saturday Night Live. I was over it. I was more into the All-Star game, and not particularly the game itself, but just all the festivities. The three-point shooting contest that, of course, Steph Curry won. The Shooting Star Skills Challenge, which Chris Bosh's team won for the 3rd consecutive year. The Slam Dunk Contest, which, I loved it. What's his name? Zach LaVine from the Timberwolves, who no one knows this guy.
19-year-old.
19-year-old. Killed it.
Between his legs or behind his back. I was like, let me go get some Jordans and see if I can dunk. And BTW, did you see his first dunk? He had on a Jordan jersey.
And he came out
and Space Jam. So clearly, he watched our episode last week. It's like, you know what? I want to bring Space Jam back.
He did.
Hey, so I think the hottest ticket in town was the All-Star weekend, All-Star game, and not Saturday Night Live, but Fashion Week. I'm not really into watching babies like Northwest sit on the front row and cry. So I was over it.
Well, okay, so this is my city. So one thing you gotta understand is when you're a New Yorker, you make shit happen. I would have went to all three. Okay. I would have got me some Fashion Week. I would have went and watched some of the dunk contest, and then I would have made my night end at SNL.
Yeah.
There was good parts of everything, I think. Yes, SNL was. There was a lot of hysterical moments. Yes, I think it fell flat. I think one of the problems with it was the crowd, too. When you have a crowd of all celebrities, like they weren't reacting to a way. I was a little bit upset with the Eddie Murphy thing, but I really do, to his defense, I kind of felt like it was genuine. I kind of felt like he was very overwhelmed. They gave him a standing ovation. I feel like yes, something should have been prepared. There could have been a montage. I wanted to hear the laugh. And I didn't. But I feel like it was like he kind of just took it in, and I kind of feel like he's granted that moment to take it in for all he's done for SNL.
I can't even lie. I didn't even see the whole Eddie Murphy thing. Look, because by that point I was like, what time is it? I mean,
it was on long.
It was just, it bored me. I'm sure all you Saturday Night Live purists out there are gonna be like, this idiot. Look, I don't care what you say, because it just went way too long.
Well, and then with the slam dunk contest, which I thought was super entertaining, I love that this rookie, apparently, has like this YouTube following with his dunk. Like, that's how he got into this competition. He's got this like following of him and his dunks and all this stuff. And that's why they knew that he should be the one from his team that entered. Because you see some of the other people like throwing the ball. Was it Williams? Was that who was throwing him the ball?
I'm not even sure.
And for him to go out with that confidence and be like, you know what, I'm just going to go out and have fun. I'm going to do this for my following. I'm going to, that's really cool of him.
Yeah, and then I agree with you though. I don't know, when you talk about Fashion Week, and it's like, I kind of feel like it was karma. That Kanye's own kid kind of ruined his moment because Kanye tries to ruin everyone else's moments. I kind of feel like it was a little bit of karma, and I'm not mad about it.
And she did it. North did it two shows in a row. Like, she cried one night and threw a tantrum the next night.
The other one was, I believe, at the Alexander Wong show, which is kind of like, that's kind of BS. Like, if you can't handle your kid, don't. Like, I understand when it's his show, his kid's there, and like, you know, Kim has to take away. But there's these funny pictures, I don't know if you guys saw them, that Jay-Z and Beyonce were sitting right next to Kim, and they were just not having it. They were just like, really? Like, the look on their face was just like...
Blue was over here, right?
Yeah.
Blue Ivy?
Well, I don't know if she was there. I think she was there. I didn't see her.
Get your Northwest to contain herself.
We got like the whole world in their hands.
North knew there was other cool shit going on in New York. It was like, I don't want to be at Fashion Week.
SNL.
Watch these skinny, nasty-looking people and all these fashion designers who are way too in themselves. Like, I want to go to the All-Star game and watch Paul T choke in the skills competition, just like his Hawks will this season. It was like a microcosm of the Hawks. Start fast and choke.
Hey, I mean, you can't argue with that. Sorry. I mean, Hawks fans, you know what you do every year. Yeah. What about the NBA's first all-star, all-style fashion show that J.R. Smith eventually won? I thought that was, I mean, it was very cool. It was cool. I mean, it was very metro, but you know, these NBA players are now really paying very close attention to how they look when they come into the arenas, into the coliseums, and I think it was really sexy.
I think they loved it too. Yeah. I think they secretly really loved getting out there and strutting their stuff. Some of them even had props. Yeah. Like briefcases. I think it was like Kenny Smith. He walked out with his briefcase and his docs, and he was all like, yeah.
I do. I really think the athletes like it. And you got to think, and I come from a little bit of a fashion background, so the athlete kind of has, you know, the quote-unquote perfect body. For, you know, like a lot of fit models are based on guys that look like that. It was funny too, back in the day, I don't know that they do it anymore, but when I was selling to Saks, they had a Saks Fifth Avenue Dress the Jets Day. And they did that with the Jets. They dressed them all up and they walked and they did a show. So I always thought it was really cool that they, because the guys show up, you know, dressed. Before their games, they usually show up, you know, looking sharp. Right. I think that was really cool. Also looking sharp, before we get completely closed on the SNL, Derek Jeter.
He did look good.
He looked sharp.
He did look sharp.
Mr. New York, I'm sorry.
Mr. New York.
I'll just tell you one thing to me about this NBA All-Star game, and this could age me or whatever, but Ariana Grande.
Oh boy.
I was like, who's
yeah.
that 15-year-old up there
Yeah.
singing? I had no idea. That girl is gonna like fade away somewhere.
She's
Yeah.
super tiny. And Trevor, it's funny that you say that because again, I was here watching the game, as all of you guys out there should have been here at Rivalry watching the game.
I wasn't invited.
Oh yeah, whatever. You were invited. And Lance, the GM, and I were watching, and we were like, she's been up here for 20 minutes. Like,
Right.
she was just going on and on. I was like, what the hell, girl, go away. But she has a beautiful voice. I do love her, though.
No, but the thing is, I was actually over at Barney's watching it, and I feel like she was definitely on for a long time, but song after song, I'm like, oh wait, this is her hit too?
Yeah.
Oh wait, she sings this
Yeah,
song too.
yeah.
Songs that I know, I just never knew that she sung them.
Yeah.
I think she looks young too, but I don't know, I have
She's
to
like
give it to her.
23, 22.
She had to like follow up Christina Aguilera with the Rockettes as their her backup. Come on, the girl
Yeah.
did a good job.
I think she holds her own. I just think, just like the Saturday Night Live 40th anniversary, that shit went way too long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, I hate it.
Well, no, I'm with you.
enough
No,
time
when
to
it
get
comes to
some food
Saturday Night
and
Live,
drink.
Right,
it's
right,
like 3.5 hours. It's like, okay, because all the sketches were way too long. Like sketch comedy is 3 to 5 minutes. They
Right.
were all like 7 to 8 minutes long. It's like, okay, we got like, I love Wayne's World. I grew up on Wayne's World. I love it. I don't think Michael Myers was really into it. He was
Yeah.
not in his character. Now, Dana Carvey was totally into it, and he saved it because that was super long too, but it was like every once in a while, Dana Carvey had just enough to keep it going. But yes, it was a little too long. I even thought all the pregame stuff for the NBA All-Star, it's like, can we just get to the damn game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is things are longer and longer now because you have to sell more and more commercial space.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good
Absolutely.
point. That's a good
Yeah.
point. Of course, the West won. We didn't even acknowledge that the West won.
yeah.
So, yeah, and New York Fashion Week is actually still going on. The West won, left coast, best coast, and
Westbrook, MVP.
Westbrook MVP. So head to head, I got Meghan and Trevor who are saying that Saturday Night Live was the hottest ticket in town. You are straddling the fence on that. You said all three was where you should go.
I said that I would have made it to all three. As a New Yorker, knowing how to navigate my city, I would have made it happen.
You
But
don't-
if I had to
yes,
pick one,
versus.
I kind of think I probably would have chose the NBA All-Star Game and Slam Dunk
Yeah.
Contest and three-point contest. I kind of
Yeah.
think I would have chose sports. I wouldn't have thought, and I would. There's something about seeing sports live and having the energy of the
Yeah.
people when
Yeah.
he makes that dunk, rather than like you can always TiVo SNL and like you're still gonna
True.
laugh just as loud at home.
If the All-Star Game crowd was in the SNL audience, then we would have had it.
But they weren't because it's like athletes versus actors.
True. Versus models.
So we
I
got
always pick athlete.
2 versus 2. So we're gonna have to arm wrestle next week. We got to arm wrestle Meghan. I got to do Trevor.
I can't do
Wait,
lefty.
no, we can't. Yeah, that's not.
See, he won.
I got off guard.
So the hottest ticket in town, we're undecided. Two say Saturday Night Live, two say All-Star Game.
No one would have went to fashion. I know I've been. It's kind of fun, but you know.
The ratings say Saturday Night Live, but we know the truth, All-Star Game. Thank you guys for watching The Morning Score, shooting at Rivalry Sports Bar, Miracle Mile. Erica, Meghan, Steph, Trevor, and until next week, see ya.